welcome to Nightlife 24/7.
Are you ready to talk about sex?
No, let's talk about relationships.
Or is it time to talk about dating taboos?
It's on your mind
So let's talk about it
on Nightlife 24/7.
Well, welcome back, everybody. It's the middle of the week. And I tell you, it's been a crazy, crazy couple of days already. But hey, enough about that. Today's show is going to be quite interesting. As Sweet says, some of y'all are just so greedy. This is for that. We're talking about that special person, that one who is playing both sides of the field. You know what I'm saying? They said it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. Bisexuality. Now, I have to be upfront with you, straight up across the board. I can't lie. I love a bisexual woman, but I'm a heterosexual man. Okay? So, ain't much another man can do for me because one thing, his shit may be bigger than mine. So, I'm just putting it out there, keeping it real as I can. That's just the way I feel. But I love me a bisexual woman. Sweets,
No,
what's up?
no.
Sweets, my girl,
I'm
Jonesin.
I'm not even here.
Come on, Sweets. We trying to keep it real. We keeping it 1,000. Forget 100.
I'm trying to stay in the corner because I have a lot of opinion, and sometimes my mouth gets me in trouble. You know, like they say, what that mouth do.
Girl, on this show, you ain't getting in trouble. You just speaking your mind. Now, I know from previous shows, you've made it clear you don't swing that way, you ain't laying that way, and damn forbid if you're going to be that way. But I like that.
Strictly, dickly, non-clickly.
Oh, she done put a rhyme to it. Oh, no, the hell she didn't. I get you. I feel you. You know what? I understand. Because I just truly feel there's nothing a man can do for me. And don't get me wrong. I've worked at gay clubs doing security and been hit on by gay men. I just take it as a compliment and let them know I appreciate that compliment.
Now that I understand. Same here. I've been hit on by women, but the difference is women are more aggressive than men.
No shit here in Atlanta.
When it comes to the whole dating world and meeting people in a social environment.
Women in Atlanta come at you hard, like straight up, oh my God, like gangsters.
Mentioning, I first moved here to Atlanta 7 years ago. I'm out in a club. I'm waiting for one of my girlfriends to come through, a female associate. I'm waiting for her to come through. She comes through with two other individuals. So now it's a group of four.
Okay,
There's
gotcha.
this other group of three girls, and they were all dressed nice, beautiful hair, light makeup, presentable women. So they came over to the table where we were. We were all talking and chit-chatting, and the young lady offered to buy me a drink.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right. Well, that's what I thought. But with me and my associates, if I buy this first round of drinks, then somebody else will buy the next round
Right.
of drinks,
Same
whatever.
way the boys do it.
So, yeah, because technically you're still spending the same amount of money. So the young ladies, the other three young ladies, offered to buy us a drink. So because it was a group thing, I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. Just same thing. So now I have a drink in my hand, and she offers to buy me another drink, and I'm still drinking the glass is still in my hand.
You still on the first drink.
Yeah. So I was like, well, no, we thought we were going to do rounds. She was like, no, shots. I was like, no, I'm good. And she says, I just want to see how you act with a couple shots in you. I was, oh my God. It's like, she just hit on me. It was totally out of the blue. I didn't see it coming. There was nothing flirty about her. She was dressed in girls' clothes. She had on a nice little bodycon dress, hair nice. It was just so left field and unexpected.
Wow.
I didn't know how to react.
I'm going to tell you the first time I got hit on by a guy. I was in El Paso, Texas. I was out of the military at this time, and I decided to stay in El Paso. And at the time, I was working a little part-time job at Denny's. And whenever the gay guys would come in on Friday or Saturday, a lot of the other male waiters wouldn't wait on them. I didn't care because they were great tippers. And they were funny.
Time out really quickly.
Yes.
Is it true or is it just me? Gay people have more money and they don't mind sharing it.
They sure don't.
I realize that.
From my opinion, they really didn't. I mean, they were always great. They were always so fun. I would sit up and say, hey, well, what would you like to order? I know what I like to order. That's what one of them would always say. I said, well, if it ain't on the menu, you can't order it. And they would just bust out laughing. But the other guys just couldn't deal with that. And me, it didn't bother me. They never put their hands on me like to pat my ass or anything like that.
So it wasn't, they didn't violate.
No.
They were just boisterous.
They were just boisterous.
But if you don't, what it say, closed mouths don't get fed. So if you don't say anything or if you don't initiate, you won't know because it's not like everybody wears their sexuality on their shoulder like some of these flames.
Well,
so
yeah, that's true.
Know.
That's true. That is true. But you know what's funny to me is how do you find out that your woman is bisexual? I've been blessed and fortunate enough that every woman I've kicked it with has told me whether they straight or bi. Now, my preference, I want a bi woman. I want that bi woman for a number of reasons. Reason number one.
So you can have threesomes.
No, that's reason number 3.
OMG.
Okay. Reason number 1 is I want to experience new things with my woman together, whether it's taking trips, whether it's a sexual experience, whether it's a spiritual experience, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But her being bisexual tells me right up front she's more open-minded.
Well, you can be a hoe and not be open-minded.
Well, that's true.
You could be bisexual and not be open-minded.
That is true. But I've come to realize that the majority of women who are bisexual are more open-minded. They're willing to try a lot of things that most women are closed-minded off right from the get-go. And a lot of more bisexual women know their body better.
So you would prefer a bisexual woman?
I would prefer, yes.
But if that bisexual woman utilizing her open-mindedness and you guys are in a situation and she wants you to do something with a guy because she would prefer a bisexual guy, how would you handle that situation?
Then we're not compatible. I'm just gonna put it out there. I try to always keep it real with you. We just not compatible. Because a friend of mine called me the other day. And she asked me this question, and I'm gonna put it out there just like she said it. She says, "Hey, if I'm doing something with my man, like anal sex, and I turn around and I play with a toy with his ass or a dildo or a strap-on." She said, "My man's not gay, right?" I said, "No."
Not.
I said, that's a sexual act that's being performed between him and his woman.
Yeah.
Now, I said, the problem occurs when your man enjoys it so much he decides to go try it from a male. I said, now you got a problem. I said, because he's either become gay or bisexual.
You don't become gay. You don't become gay.
Well, I understand, but you know what I'm trying to say.
The act of sex with the same sex individual.
Right.
So there's no become. He
Well,
thought about it and he pursued it. It's a process. You don't
I get that, but I'm just saying.
Don't just fall in your ass.
See, now you're messing up my mojo because that's normally what I tell the girls. Girl, it's just going to fall in. Don't worry about it.
OMG.
No.
All right, mentioning. So, what about the women that date bisexual men?
Oh, my God.
How do you feel about being with a woman that has dated bisexual men?
I don't know of any that have dated, and if they have, they haven't told me.
Oh, you haven't gotten out much in Atlanta.
Right? No. All you got to do is look on Craigslist. Every ad or every other ad on women looking for men is I'm looking for a bisexual man.
Just breaks my heart.
It's just, it is what it is.
I look at it like this. There was a guy, and okay, when a man approached me, I asked him 4 questions. In our initial conversation, some people say I'm a little too harsh. I don't care. Fuck your feelings. I asked a guy, are you single? They were going to answer yes or no. Follow up by, are you married? Because there are a lot of married men that are single.
Right.
Do you have children? That's
Okay.
my next question. My last question is, are you a straight black man?
See, your 4 questions are different from my 4 questions.
But no, because my thing is, if those answers right there don't line up, there's nothing else for me to communicate with you.
And I understand that because that makes a hell of a lot of sense.
Because I used to have a different set of questions until I moved to Atlanta.
Oh, yeah. Same here.
But I had the very first guy that told me, he was like, well, you ask everybody if they're a straight black man? I said, I do. And he was like, well, I'm bi. You know what I'm saying? I'm really feeling you right now, Ma. The what? The what? Take the what and leave the what?
She was like, you got on the wrong
In
train.
my face.
This ain't Marta. You got on the wrong train.
My face was just like, did he just say, yeah, I'm bisexual, but I really like what I see at this moment? So what about tomorrow?
Or this weekend.
So I told him, I was like, well, that's just not my thing. And he was like, nah, you don't know what you're missing. I do. I'm missing a dick and a booty ass boy that's trying to put his dick in my booty. And I'm not trying to be mean or harsh, just we have preferences. And I just feel like once you go over to the other side, there's nothing that I can do for you. There's nothing that you can do for me. You're tainted. Just how the same way I feel about white women. I don't want to be with men that have been with white women.
Gotcha.
Because I feel like there's enough of us, and you went and married a white woman and got a divorce, and then you decide that you want to come back over here and get it right. You know what I mean?
Wow.
With the whole bisexual men. You went over there, you decided to be with a guy, and then you're like, well, I don't like his attitude. He has a little more testosterone than I have right now. You know what? Shorty looking real good right now. You looking like a snack. Like, wait a minute.
Okay, but how about that? But women do it all the time.
But that's not acceptable to me either.
Women do it all the time. Well, I done been with a bunch of crack-ass head men, or he just ain't a man. Fuck him. I'm going to start dating women now.
I don't agree with bisexuality for women or for men.
And then they date a man. They date a woman. They slip up, give some man some pussy, and realize,
get pregnant.
and then realize, oh, I really wanted to be with a man. I missed the feel of a man.
The dick.
I missed the what, a toy is okay, but I want to feel his body against mine. I want to feel him hump. When he gets ready to have that orgasm, I feel his body shake and pump. And okay, but
see, even with that, you talk about the sensual things, the physical things, that physiological connection, that whole thing there.
Right.
And if those things are necessary, what was making it okay to skip out on it from the beginning? I really believe that you have individuals that may have a testosterone estrogen imbalance, because it has been scientifically proven that there is testosterone and estrogen in water and streams and food and things of that nature. That I do believe some of. But then I think that it's just trendy.
I think so too.
Because as things are no longer illegal, as things are no longer a taboo, people are more willing to try it because it's
acceptable.
Not a stigma.
It's
anymore.
not a stigma. No. You remember back 40 years ago when you had your 2 aunts living together, nobody spoke about it.
Oh.
But now it's okay.
All right, so
okay,
me
go
and
ahead.
my mom don't have the best relationship in the world, but I love her. My godmother, shout out to Joyce. My godmother was gay.
Okay.
Right? the best woman in the world. She works as a correction officer.
Okay.
Beautiful home, pool at the house. We would go get dropped off to her house after school. She'll sit us down, and the maid would be making, our little snack and stuff, cleaning up, making sure our homework was done.
Gotcha.
My godmom will leave to go to work. We go play in the pool.
Gotcha.
Right? So I loved going over here. She loved me to death.
Gotcha.
Years passed. Okay? Now, I'm like 14, 15 years old, and the maid is still doing the same shit she was doing when I was little. Come find out, the maid wasn't the maid. The maid was her old lady, and that was her little sexy French damn costume type shit. And she wasn't maiding and doing stuff to keep us in order. She was putting on her little French maid costume and cleaning up and cooking and shit because that's how my godmother liked her. That was their thing.
Joyce, if you ever hear this, holler at a brother because I want to know how you got it like that, girl.
No.
I want to know.
I was like 15 years old when I realized what was going on. But they never exposed us to any PDA.
Right.
They never exposed us to any sexual advances or any language or,
right.
Anything like that. And my godmother, she had a child. The maid, she had a child, So we just all grew up in one environment, and it was just a very loving
It's almost like
environment.
a tribal or a tribal type of environment.
And it was a very loving environment. And it was amazing when I sat down and I found some things out. Because here it was, I'm in high school, and it's like, your godmom's going through a lot right now. They're getting a divorce. A what? Who? Where her husband at? It's like, no, Sharia. And I'm like, godmommy friend Sharia, the maid? She had on a French maid uniform every day. Like, literally, we went over there probably like 4 days a week. And she had on a French maid uniform.
Joy's holding it down.
And that's the difference between now and then. Now that it's accepted, these things are exposed to the children. They're exposed to other people's children. So when I'm curious now, because I see it all the time, it's okay for me to pursue another young lady that may not be exposed to these things.
Right.
Whereas before, you respected other people's children. You respected your own children in reference to this is adult entertainment, not,
for
kids to understand. So I think that this whole bisexual thing, a lot of it is trendy.
I don't know. I have noticed there used to be a time a few years back that at swing clubs, it was only male, female, male, female, male, female. That's it. They didn't allow it.
Well,
But now,
even at the swing clubs, in order to get in, you had to be a couple.
Right. No, you could be single
men
too.
Couldn't come into swinger clubs back in the day.
Back in Atlanta, yes, they could.
Not in L.A.
Okay, I don't know about L.A. But check this out. Now swing clubs have a bi day for bisexual men and women or bisexual couples.
Thought you was gonna say bi, like like football, like we just gonna skip out on this one.
No. They Little Wings now has a day where there's a day for bisexual couples to come. Whereas before, that was never before.
Well. If you're just tuning in, thank you guys for tuning in to Nightlife 24/7. Make sure you check out our handles and join in on the conversation. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Nightlife 24/7. Spell out the number 7. Today we are talking about bisexuality and the complexities that go with it.
And God knows it has gotten more and more complex. All right, so as I was saying, swinger clubs are now accommodating that new era, that new trend, or whatever you want. But the funny thing to me is more and more women seem to have had a hidden fetish for watching men get together. I mean, the girl I dated from Portland, Oregon, I'll never forget it. She used to get so hot and bothered watching male porn. It just turned her on. I never understood why.
She could watch me fuck the shit out of nigga.
But
and I'm not another man, but I could put it down. I'm just saying, I could put it down. I mean, I could put it down.
You know what? I don't doubt that because on a few shows, you've made it clear that if they gonna do it to you, you gonna do it to them.
You can't do nothing to me. I can't do to you. So have at it. What, you want to have anal sex? Oh my God! I don't do those kind of things unless I can reciprocate.
You notice the voice change there? You better not follow through.
So, mentioning complicated. Bisexuality are individuals that partake in having sexual relations with males and females. So, this whole LGBTQIA community,
I knew you were going to hit that. I knew it was coming up at some point.
So complicated because, like they have explained, that they preach. When I say they, we mean, the forces that be that don't really have names, but they have power. They preach that marijuana is a gateway drug to other drugs. And I feel like bisexuality is the gateway phenomenon into the complex of sexuality in America. So, LGBTQIA, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, intersex, asexual, and don't forget the queer. Queer used to be a bad word. I don't know what intersex means. Yeah, it was wrong to call people queer. That was considered a hate crime.
I know. That was back in the... I'm still trying to figure out what intersex means.
We're going to find out. So you have intersex, and then you have asexual. Now, I have my own...
Okay. So all of a sudden, I know we're a species, but man is not asexual. Because we have to copulate with someone else.
I thought asexual was like the fish and the frogs that don't need a partner to
Right.
have babies.
Right. We need someone to copulate with, so how are we asexual?
We're going to find out. So I do believe that bisexuality is the gateway into the sexual phenomenon.
I don't know if I agree with that, but I do think that some people who claim to be bisexual are truly, truly confused.
But, okay.
That's just my personal opinion. That's just my personal opinion. I really think...
have you encountered a gay person that had not dated the opposite sex previously in order to know that that's not what they want?
Yeah, you're right about that. You're definitely 150% right.
Because especially these men. The men will say that, this just wasn't what I wanted to do. I didn't want to be with women. I decided I wanted to be with men. It never made me feel good. It never made me feel comfortable. So that means that they were with a woman before they got with a man.
That's true. Now, do me a favor. I want you to look up bisexuality by state, and talk about that for a second, okay? Because I want to know how it runs by state. Who has the most bisexual status, highest status, okay?
So it looks like we are going to jump on to the ncbi.com, and we're going to bisexuality by state. So let's see if we can find a list here. Because when you go to think about it, you do want to know what you're getting into. For the simple fact, like they say, Atlanta is the most popular location for, the gay capital of the world. Which I kind of sort of agree. We are running out of men, women. I want to have children one day, so I do need straight black guys to kind of stand up and take your rightful location. So we're looking for the state with the most gay people in reference to bisexuality. So let's see what we can find here. So far, I'm thinking that Georgia is going to be at the top of the list, followed by probably California, and then New York. What do you think, Mac?
Personally, I was going to go with California. I'm not California, San Francisco. Yeah, San Francisco would be up there at the top. Then New York.
Yeah, New York is definitely on the list.
That's me. That's the way I was thinking. Georgia would fall somewhere top 5.
I think they'd be in the top 2. But
You really think so?
yep, I'm looking for stats. Give me un momento.
Okay, so while she's still looking for stats, I have to honestly put it out there. I've been to swing parties with couples. I've been the only black person at the swing party, and it has completely just thrown me off. As the party's winding down, the couple's asking you to hang out and stay, spend the night with them, having a good time. And the husband, in the middle of the night, tries to go down on you.
What?
Yes. Yes. I'm telling you what has happened to me for a fact.
So what happened? What happened?
Ain't nothing happened, damn it.
Well, I mean, did you get violent?
No. I at that moment, I decided on the 3 occasions that this has happened, I became tactful because I still remain friends with him.
Well, I guess when you're just clear, and some people will take advantage. I guess it's no different from a straight heterosexual contact.
See,
Just
because
you say you're not interested doesn't mean I'm not going to push up on you just a little.
right, because you may change your mind. See, but the thing that a lot of people don't seem to grasp with me is when I go out, whether I go out or go to a party or a swing party or anybody's party, I don't drink.
I have a rule. When I do go out, I never have more than 2 drinks. And I'm a drinker. I can drink you under the table. But I feel like men watch women when they drink. And women especially use alcohol as an excuse to have unjustifiable behavior.
Right.
So I don't drink because
Well, baby,
I
it was
wanna stay
I was
alert.
drunk. I don't remember what
Right.
happened.
I want to stay alert. I want to watch who's watching me. I don't want anyone to feel like they can take advantage of me because I may possibly be inebriated. So I have a 2-drink minimum when I'm out in public.
Well, you're better than me because I don't drink nothing but water when I'm out. I either drink water or Sprite.
I grab a drink, a cranberry juice, and then another drink
And
if I'm gonna have
and
to.
if I got a drink and I leave that drink, I get a whole nother drink
Oh, of course.
when I get back.
Now, this is a little off subject. Well, not really. A young lady put something in my drink before.
Okay. This ain't
Now-
this ain't the same young lady
Not
who
the
pushed
same
on up
young
you up
lady.
at your job when you was a
Oh,
nurse.
No. Hey, Robbie, over there at Greater Baptist Church in Latonia.
She didn't just call her out.
Oh, yes, I did. A lady hemmed me up at my job on camera and told me she was going to take this pussy. Whew. Made me feel some kind of way, and it wasn't a good way.
Okay.
However, I was in college, hanging out at a house party, and a lot of the girls there were bisexual, basketball players. It was mostly us athletes.
The time to experiment,
So-
college.
No, not for me.
I'm just saying.
Nope, not for me. But we're at a house party. We're getting ready to leave for the summer. It was mostly the teams, track team, basketball team, bowling team. All the teams are there. So a lot of the girls at UCLA, shout out to UCLA, most of the girls are on the masculine side. They're bisexual, especially a bunch of the volleyball players at that time.
Right.
I think the whole volleyball team was gay or bisexual.
Damn.
So
I might not have to
we
go
were
and see
sitting on the side of the pool,
UCLA. Damn.
and this was when the whole eye drops thing, the Visine thing, was popular.
Oh, putting it in your
And-
drinks, yeah.
Yes. So this young lady, I'm not going to call out her name. She's a very nice person, which I thought up until this moment. She was trying to push up on me. I kept telling her, I'm good. My dude is here. Like, what you mean? And she was like, no, you cool as fuck. I like your vibe. You all right with me. I'm all right with me, too. However, I'm not interested in you, just pushing up on
You
me.
just good, but you good with yourself.
Yeah, but I'm good with myself. So we were sitting at the bar, and I asked. She said she was going to make a drink, and she was asked me if I wanted her to bring one back for me. So I said, okay, sure. Mind you, this is a camaraderie of girls,
Right.
ladies. You feel like
You're
you know,
safe.
you feel
You're in
like
your
you're
group,
okay.
your friends.
So she brings me a drink, and I take like the first 2 or 3 sips of it, and a young lady came and like snatched my shoulder. I didn't know who she was, had never seen her before. She was like, "Don't drink that." I was like, "What's wrong?" She was like, "Did so-and-so just hand you that drink?" She said, "Because I watched her. She dropped something in it. There's little drops in it." I said, "Huh?" She said, "I watched her." She said, "I was the one that poured the punch in the cup. She went into her pocket and she poured these little drops in it." She said, "And I wanted to know where she was going to take it, and I watched her hand you the cup." She was like, "Don't drink it." So, of course, I confronted the girl about it, and she denied it. But when I looked at her pocket, you could see the imprint from the Visine thing.
Wow.
And it was amazing to me because the first thing that came to mind was Players Club.
Oh, I love that movie.
Literally,
Damn
the first thing
good
that came to
movie.
mind. It's like, was you trying to jug me and take this pussy? Like, what was you trying to do? Like, I was really upset. I was ready to fight. It made me feel unsafe, untrusting. It made me look at everybody differently because here it was, this young girl that didn't know me from Adam's house cat. I don't know if she was actually concerned about my well-being.
Well, hell no,
if
she wasn't.
Wanted drama. No, I'm saying the young lady that came to tell me.
Oh, okay.
Because, you know,
Okay.
Some people just like drama.
Okay.
You know.
No, I think she sounds genuine the way you
But,
explain it.
yeah, I mean, she seemed a little genuine, but she kind of stuck around to see what was going to happen later. I never confronted the other girl about it in reference to, you know, the negativity. After I asked her the first time, she was like, "No, I would never do anything like that." I let it go. I saw her pocket, like you can see the imprint, and I just left.
Right.
But it was like, okay, I don't have to just worry about guys being super aggressive and trying to force me to do things that I don't want to do. I have to worry about women too.
See, and in your situation, you do. Because you got, like I said, here in Atlanta, they're extremely aggressive. I remember a girl told me, she says, "I get more pussy than you'll ever have." And they have no they have no qualms about it. But see, I'm a simple guy. I'm not a big guy, but I'm okay. But I don't, when a guy pushes up on me and I say my piece, I've been blessed and fortunate. Thank you, Jesus. A lot of people don't test me. And I appreciate that because I snap really quick.
Brother. You're a big brother. I mean, you're strong. You look very strong anyways.
So, I mean, I just been blessed. But normally when I tell them that's not my thing, but I appreciate it, they leave me. Even at the sex parties when I've had guys try to get me after the party, "Hey, me and my girl really like you. You know, can we both?"
"Yeah, I like your girl too,
Yo,
bro, but you just going to have to watch."
Yeah, and he's like, "Can we both suck you?" I'm like, "No, I'm good. I'm real
So
good."
you be grown men talking to other grown men like this?
Yes, I'm telling you, grown-ass men, not teenagers, not kids. I'm talking about in their 30s, 40s. Yo, we both want to suck you. I just ain't feeling. I'm truly a heterosexual. I love everything about a woman: the smell, the feel, the curves. I love it all.
Talking about grown men with grown men.
Okay.
How do you feel about the what stays in jail? What goes on in jail stays in jail. They say that lots of men do not consider themselves gay just from receiving fellatio from another man while they're in jail, because once they get out of jail, then they no longer desire head from a guy because now they can be with women. So,
okay,
is there an exception to the
so
rule?
are we talking about jail or are we talking about prison?
Either or, because to me, neither is a good enough excuse.
Because I'm not going to sit and lie to nobody. I've been locked up for tickets. I'll never forget when I first came here, I used to race a lot, and I had a bunch of tickets, and I got pulled over one time, and I went to jail down in DeKalb County. And my mom came to get me. And
because she ain't want no dude trying to turn you out.
No, but when my mother came to get me, I told my mom, "Leave me here." She said, "Are you sure?" I said, "Mom, I'm so damn exhausted right now. I just want to sleep." Because at the time,
not to mention, I'd rather just get my little ROR.
Right. But
do my first appearance.
Well, the judge told me this. This is the reason why I decided to do that. He said it's 2 for 1. And I said, "Sir, what does that mean?" He said, "For every 1 day you spend in here, you get 2 days." I said, "Okay." He told me the price of the tickets, which was about $700. I was the manager, at a restaurant, and I didn't have the money. So I was just like, I'd rather do my time. I said, well, how many days do I have to spend? He says, you would spend 6 days here. I said, okay. I slept. I will not lie to you because I was pulling 70, 80 hours a week. I slept the first 3 days. But whether or not that took place, I never known that to take place in the jail. But my uncle and my cousins and them have been in and out of prisons. Now, I'm talking about most of my cousins and uncles have been out. Not one of them has ever spoke to me about it or said anything about it. But
what goes on in jail stays in jail.
I would assume
brother.
so because they weren't in for a year. I'm talking about they in for
15,
they were
20.
in for they were in for 5 years, 7, 12 years. You know, then they get out for a couple of years, then they back in for 3 years or 4 years.
Look, I have a brother that is always in jail, and I asked him. I said, "Well, you like booty? What you one of them booty bandits? Man, why would you say something like that to me? Because you keep going back. So is it some dude in there that you like that ain't never getting out? That's getting life."
She said, dude, they ain't never getting out.
I mean, if you're a young guy and you've been going to jail since you were 16 and 17 years old, now you're 40-something years old, and you spent majority of your life behind bars, but you keep going back, and it's not like he's a smart criminal or he wouldn't keep going back.
Right.
So is it because you like guys and you don't know how to function out here in the outside world with being with a man in the real world, so you'll rather just go back to jail so you can live your life the way you want to live your life without being judged? I really think that is.
Well, I think some of them get up in there personally, and I know we off subject. I know that, but we're gonna come back to it. They still bisexuality. I think a lot of them keep going back for two reasons. That gives them security, and they know that life well, and two,
they can survive in there. And
right,
survive
out here. They've been institutionalized for so long and so many times that's what they know. And two, I don't think, and this is just my personal opinion, I don't think that when they come out, for those who have been in there for so long, not that guy who been in for his first time and he still got his wife coming to visit him and his children coming to visit, but that person who's been in and out, I personally think they don't know how to be with another woman. They know how to be with another man. Because I'll tell you of a situation that happened once, and we're going to get back to it. Just in case you're tuning in, this is Nightlife 24/7. I'm your boy Mac, my girl Sweets.
Jonesin.
And we're talking about bisexuality right now. We're talking about it in the jailhouse. I'll never forget this. We were at a McDonald's one time, and a friend of mine, his cousin, was hanging with me. There was a guy in line in front of me with his pants sagging. Well, my friend's cousin was a big dude. He was about 280, almost close to 3, but he was a solid, big-ass dude. He got up on the dude and hunched right up on him. And the little young dude gonna turn, well, nigga, what's up? What you doing?
You got your pants down there welcoming me to your ass, letting me know.
That's basically what he said. He said, what's up with you? He said, you letting me know you available? What's up? And the dude was like, nah, man, it ain't like that. He said, because, boy, he said, where I'm from, we can do this. Because that's what kills me with these little young dudes with their pants sagging. They don't even understand where it came from. But it's all good. But let's get back to bisexuality. I think personally.
But wait, now this same guy that gets out of jail, he do those things in jail, and then he get out here and he end up making a new baby mama. And she has no idea that this dude has been banging other dudes while he was locked up.
I don't even know what to say to that. Because I'm going to tell you what where I was leading to with that. I remember working down off of 14th Street at this gay club right there by the homeless shelter. Right, and the homeless shelter was on the side street. And there were so many guys that I had seen around that were cops or little young thug boys who call themselves rappers who were showing up at the gay club and leaving with gay men. And then there was those who were doing the pay to play. By guys.
Well, that's
young dudes.
But I know a few what is it? The transgender males to females.
Right.
And majority of them that I know are prostitutes.
No, I'm talking about the young boys coming into the club.
Wait. Even though that's still pay to play.
Right.
But it had to start somewhere. So just like you coming in the club, you're a young guy, you're interested in thus and so, and then they act like, oh, just for the money. It's still leading, to something else. That's just their justification for doing what they feel like it was worth.
Okay. I ain't gay. I'm just getting paid.
I mean,
I ain't gay. It's just the money.
If you look at these movie scenes, you get these individuals that have come out and made statements and said, oh, I'm not gay. It's just a job. Bruh, you kissed another dude, bruh. You laid in the bed up underneath the cheeks with another dude, bruh. Like, I just don't understand. But it's the same as pay for play. Because here it is. They will say, I'm not gay. I date multiple women. I'm cultured. I love the femininity of a girl, a grown woman. However, that last episode, my brother, you was kissing on a dude.
What about, remember when Brokeback Mountain came out?
I have yet to watch Brokeback Mountain.
I could not watch it.
I'm careful where I put my money, and if it's something I don't support, I'm not watching it.
Okay, well,
mentioning Brokeback Mountain, all the bisexuality is everywhere.
Right.
And I understand that you could do whatever you want to do. That's your choice. I don't judge people. I'm not a homophobic. I actually enjoy just being around everybody. If you're black, I love you. Everybody else got to wait in line. But you had the Brokeback Mountain thing. You got gay couples in cartoons now.
Right.
You got a gay.
Yeah, because Disney went gay. Disney done a bunch of gay
you
characters.
Got a bisexual Muppet baby.
Right.
On Sesame Street.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you got a bisexual Muppet baby on Sesame Street, and then you have a gay parents, 2 gay men of one of the Muppets on Sesame Street. Then you have our big shows, Scandal, How to Get Away with Murder, all of these other, TV shows, Orange is the New Black. And because bisexuality is so popular now, it's okay. So I feel like it's trendy.
I'm not going to disagree with you, but what I'm going to say is this. I think we're going to cover a little bit more of the trendy part of it on the next show on Friday, and we're going to cover a little bit more of the complexity of it from a male side and from a female side, because I want to go back into history and talk about back in the Greek days and the Roman days and those type of things when it was seemed to be somewhat okay to have the whorehouses, and the kings and the queens used to have their little play toys that were of the same sex. Even let's talk about back in the days when they used to do plays and all the female parts were done by men. So I'm not disagreeing with you, but the show's finna come to an end, and I'm not gonna hit that up. But go ahead and hit them with our tags real quick, and we'll talk on the next show.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Nightlife 24/7. Make sure you spell out the number 7. And check us out online, listening to our podcast. You can also check out our calendar of our next upcoming podcast shows at nightlife247.com.
We at Nightlife 24/7 appreciate you, our listeners, who has an open mind and heart and are able to listen, learn, and discuss those issues that affect you and your partner.
By discussing these issues, we hope to keep the lines of communication open to help inform you, our listeners, and our community. It's on your mind, so let's talk about it on Nightlife 24/7.